What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Connect Realty podcast, episode
17.
17.
16 was a good one.
Yeah, 16 was a good one. If you guys didn't catch 16, we had Russ on. Go back and watch that. He was spitting some fire. Gave Carlos some pointers. We want to see the content. Carlos, where's the content at?
Just hiding from me too, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
I'm gonna start putting some out though. Definitely have to.
We talked about a little bit on there about, breaking down barriers and how, these videos that we put out. And I think really what we're just trying to do here is just show our authenticity and that, we're people just like everybody else, right? We're able to connect, and our job as agents is to help as many people as possible, right? And what does that mean? Like guiding them through the process. Something that Russ talked on is like, his experience, and I feel like a lot of people have that experience with realtors, which is why it gives them a bad name. It's like, we sell them a house and then they never hear from them again. And personally in my business, and what I try to bring to Connect is like show you guys that's not how it should be, right? When we're selling a house, we're literally making a relationship that should last a lifetime, because people move more than once. People buy more than one houses, right? I've helped people buy and sell multiple houses. And when you're able to do that and see them grow and see like them thrive in life, like that means even more than just that one sell, right?
Yeah, not only that, but a lot of people, buy a house and they stay in it for a very long time. And, when they think back on how they first got into the place, ideally you would come to mind.
Yeah, you're part of their journey.
Yeah, exactly. As someone who, helped guide them into a place that they love, that they're raising kids in, that they're making memories in, that all that good stuff. So
yeah. And I think when you think of Connect, we want to be that. We want to be someone that sticks around, and not just the agent that doesn't even give you a box of chocolates at the end of the day, right? So going back and watch that podcast, it was awesome. We talked about his business, and our goal is to have some more guests on here. So if you guys, anybody out there has a small business, local business, they want to promote it, come on here and talk to us. We'd love to have you on. We have some cool guests lined up. I'm excited for that. Unfortunately, our guest didn't make it today, so we're still shooting the podcast, bringing you guys some heat. We're going to talk a little bit about the market and the state of the market as it is right now. You want to start on that?
Well, Carlos, what are your thoughts?
Way to put the youngin on the spot, I guess, huh? Thank you for that. I guess.
All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So I just read the stat. A post today that sales of homes are on track for their worst year in a very long time. I understand it's your first year. Do you feel that? I mean, do you feel like okay?
Definitely, because it was like when I came into the market, it was like a surge. It felt like it was going to be an easy breeze being in the real estate market at one point. It seemed like you would put your house on the market and you would get an offer within a week, Yeah. It was all an easy process. And then within these last couple of months, probably even like 3-4 months, it's been a lot tougher to I guess find an offer, or I guess find the right client, not only because there's more properties on the market, but people are just pickier because of the purchase prices that they're at right now. Because you're also still paying top dollar, even though the market is a bit more stagnant.
Yeah, I feel like there's a few things happening, right? Going back to what Javi was saying, the stats are out, right? Last year was the lowest sales since they started recording sales in 1988, right? And we've stayed in business, right? So, number one, we have to congratulate ourselves a little bit, because a lot of agents that were around 2 years ago are not around anymore, right? And we're still in the business. We're still doing this. We're still educating our clients. We're grinding every day, right? Now, back-to-back years, where it's the lowest number of sales, we're going to beat last year's this year. And I think we did better as a company this year than we did last year. So we're growing in a time of decline, which is, another amazing feat, another amazing achievement, right? But what's going on with the market is very complex, right? We're in a election year. Everybody's waiting. Interest rates have not done, what everybody wants them to do. I mean, they have gone down a little bit, but we still need them to go down significantly more, where people can feel affordability levels, comfort with affordability levels, right? Prices have stayed high, and now that inventory is starting to rise because those buyers, nobody's picking up the inventory. So everybody's just like in a frenzy, like a panic, right? Because we haven't had this for a while. Now, when you look at the outside, or maybe the inside looking out, right? For me, it's a little bit nice because there's houses out there, you could pick and choose. You don't have to go like the same hour it comes out. Your clients still have a chance a week later, and you're able to get them some credits, right? On the buyer side, it's nice, right? It's a little bit of break. On the seller side, it really just depends on who you're working with, right? Like if you're trying to sell your house and you don't have an agent that's being honest with you about the price that it should sell for, or you're not pricing it right, it's gonna sit on the market. And we're talking about average day on the market. I think we reached like 80 days on market now. So 80 days on market is almost 3 months, right? Really, it's important that you're working with the right agent, someone that could sell your home, and not just sell your home, but meet your goals, right? If your goal is to get top dollar, cool, let it sit there for 80 days on the market, right? You're going to be looking for one specific buyer, and your house better be pristine, right? If you're trying to sell your house and you're trying to move out of state, or you have to sell your house and you're upgrading or whatever that is, you really need to dial in price point and marketing, which is our job, right? And what upgrades can you do to your home for it to be able to sell a little bit quicker? Because the buyers out there right now are a little bit more picky, right? I think our brokerage is a great example of this because we put in to escrow three homes into escrow last week, or in the last 2 weeks. 4 with Broadway, right? 4 with Broadway in the last 2 weeks. New escrows for 4 listings, which, for our listings to be sitting on the market 5 days in this market, it says something about the work that we're doing, right? So if you're out there and you have a house to sell, it didn't work out with your other agent, we're here to help. Like, reach out. We'll go over a game plan for you, because not every single game plan works across the board, right? It depends, what community you're in, what kind of house type you have, and there's a game plan for each situation, right?
Yeah, speaking of game plan, I'm kind of seeing some new properties come on the market where they're doing what I saw done a couple years back, where people would purposely underprice their home by about
100,000.
I was gonna say 100,000, and it's kind of crazy to say out loud, but yeah, I saw a property come on the market today. Saw the price on it, and I was like, "There's no way, there's no way it's going for that."
It's just getting that traction,
Right? But and what they're doing is, pricing it 100 grand under market, getting 30 people through the house, and hoping for 1 or 2 offers closer to what realistically that house should sell for. That said, there's a big chance that it might not sell for what market value is, what market value should be, but what you're getting as a seller is what the market's willing to pay right now for that property.
Exactly, yeah. And in those cases, if you don't have an agent protecting you, then you're just getting house fished, right? So if you see something like that online and it intrigues you, that's what we're here for. Reach out to us and we'll tell you, hey, look, this is what we think it's gonna sell for, or go even the extra step, talk to the listing agent and see what offers they have in hand, so that you could make an educated decision on, do I want to put an offer on this house? Because you don't want to come out at $499 and it sells for $760. We saw that right here in Paisley.
We saw that yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It's in pending status at $760. They originally listed at $499 just to get traffic to there, right? I mean, as a listing agent, you're not really doing your job, because you're gonna have 20 offers at $499 that can't afford the $760 house, right? So we really want to price it more accordingly to what we think the house is worth and should sell for without going over, right? But this, I don't know, this advertising method, I guess you would call it, it's more so to attract people to it and possibly even to get your own leads off of it.
Yeah, but it's I think it's really doing an injustice to the sellers because, you know, if a listing agent comes in with that tactic, you know, and you get 10, 20 offers, you know, you're just going to say, hey, look, this is the highest one, this is what the market's willing to pay. But you got to keep in mind that offer that they get is usually anchored to what you initially listed it at.
Exactly.
100 grand under market, you know, and you get something maybe 50 grand over, you're still 50 grand less than what you
possibly can get.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Bad marketing, persuasive. I think very persuasive, right? Tactic. Something that we don't use here at Connect, but I guess the people are getting desperate. I guess you could say some sellers. I've seen another article say like a lot of people are like just taking their homes off the market and waiting until spring, which if you're a seller and you have the ability to do that, it might be the best idea, right? We're hoping that come spring, come New Year, after the election, we're going to see better rates. And just how the cycle of the real estate market is, we usually see these times as slower times. Like more people are concentrating on their family, on the holidays, and we have Halloween next week. Thanksgiving is after that.
Yeah, a lot of people going out of town. Trips are planned.
Javi's leaving next week.
I'm gone.
Yeah, Javi's anniversary.
Is this your guys' second election cycle as realtors, or first?
Second, third.
Dang,
Third?
Carlos with the
no, second. Yeah,
second.
Second. How was it similar the first time?
I guess it's the second. Yeah.
The first time, I think we were just like getting into the. I don't remember too.
When's the last? So this is 2000. Was it 2000? 2020?
Yeah.
2020.
I don't remember.
I was very busy in 2020. I was very busy.
Damn, that's a crazy year right there with COVID and election and everything.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think back to about.
Yeah, I mean, but I think COVID
year.
like kind of like
Fizzled out.
did a whole different thing because the rates dropped a crazy amount, right? After was that March? So like
Yeah, it went
2020
down
was wild.
to the lowest rates in a long time. So, people who kept an eye on that thing were like, "This is the perfect time to buy."
I bought my house. Like there was a lot of movement. There was a lot of stuff going on. I feel like it wasn't talked about as much though. Like
In the time, it's like hindsight.
maybe because and looking back, like this election, it's really built up, right? Maybe it's because of social media, or the interest rates, or like everybody has an eye on it. The economy not doing as great as it was back then.
Maybe it really just feels like a critical moment in the.
It is like it's definitely really built up, right? And I think they're doing like purposely doing it. Like everything in people's life is on social media now, or like that's where you get your news. I mean, not as many people are watching TV, and so when you see those videos, it really feels like there's more into it. It's more, but I mean, if you look at the actual election too, it's a pretty crazy decision that we have to make, right? Like Donald Trump, who's been president before, and I feel like he, during his presidency, kind of wore himself out, like, of the presidency, and that's why it went in such a crazy direction. And then Kamala Harris, who's like not forced into this, but like put into this position when we thought it was going to be Biden all along. So it's like this crazy drama that's unfolding between, more like a reality TV show than a presidential election, I guess.
So for all the people that say that they're waiting until after the election, do you think it's, we're going to be able to pick up the phone in 2 weeks and say, hey, it's done, it's over, let's get back to house shopping, or let's sell your house? Or are they going to say, let me wait till January. Let me wait till the inauguration.
I think it will be like a wait till January for when they're fully in office.
Well, I mean, usually that's how it is, right? That's why I say, like, if you could wait and hold out until spring, it might be the better option for you to list your house next spring.
The dust will settle from all this.
You're gonna get a little bit more money.
Interest rates will hopefully change for the better.
Yeah, and interest rates is the biggest thing here, right? We're talking about interest rates because it means the most affordability, and people are struggling with making payments or being able to afford stuff. So it really affects your bank account, right? It affects your payment, your monthly. But I think I've said this before on the podcast, or just talking. I don't think the election, whoever wins, is going to have a crazy effect of the housing market, right? The housing market is, in my opinion, the best place to put your money. And I mean, definitely long term wise, right? You're gonna make more money putting your money into houses than a lot of other investment opportunities. And I believe in that, right? Like, I buy houses. I want to buy some more houses, and I will continue to build my real estate portfolio. I think right now, if you're interested in getting a deal, there's some deals that are on the market that are not going to be here come spring, right? And there's opportunity right now, right? Say one of these listing agents lists the house for $50K under, and all of a sudden they don't have any offers. Like, you're swooping in and grabbing a deal, right? Like, that doesn't happen when the market's hot. It doesn't happen when buyers are out, right? Also, if you're thinking about using like down payment assistance, you don't have money for closing. All of these things, you can still buy a house right now. Whereas the tide starts turning a little bit, all of it goes away, right? Yeah, we have 5,000 homes in inventory, but you guys see how fast that could get eaten up, right? Like, literally a good week, and you take out 1,000, 2,000 of those homes.
Both eaten up and go up.
Yeah, and then the price starts going up again, right? So, before COVID, I think they said like a healthy market is around 7,000 to 8,000 homes on the market, which would be about 2 to 3 months of inventory.
Do you recall what it was during COVID?
Dude, but I mean, to this,
was it low, or
and this until like this January, February of this year, we were in 1,900, right? So 2,000. So we've doubled what we were in the beginning of the year. Yes, but buyers need that, right? We can't just be like all shopping at the same house. I'd like to get your perspective, like more of your perspective, like, now that you see where we're at, and what is like, does it worry you, or you think you chose the right career?
I mean, I don't think it necessarily worries me. I know there's ups and downs in everything. I guess it is worrisome for like the consistency aspect of things. Like, things change all the time, so you're not always gonna have that next deal in your pocket. I think from that perspective, maybe it kind of shifts things, because I came into like a really hot market where it seemed like everything just flows well. Like, you literally put your property up on the market, and then it just sells.
I mean, we had 3 of those this week that we just put the house on the market and they sold.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you could see, like, it's about how you work and not where you or who's doing the job, right? Because, dude, if someone else would have got these listings, what's going to change them from overpricing them and them just sitting there for too long, right? And, like, one of my clients, they have to move, right? We took a loss because they have to move. Now they're getting a reimbursed from their business or from their company, but they didn't have that option. Like, what is a average agent, that's not versed in this gonna do? Like, it's just a bad situation for everybody. People have to move, right? I have my other client, they're selling the house here on 4th, like, they have to move because the house is getting built for them, right? Like, they gotta go into the next house. So, if you're in a time crunch, you're really looking at who you're hiring. And I think that those skills you pick up, and something that I've continued to be blessed to have is, continuous business, even through the slow times. But that's because of the work that I did during the busy times, right? And building the relationships and connecting with people, so I'm more likely to get some referrals or do repeat business with people, because we have to look at this as more than just a job. It's like a career, it's a lifestyle where you have to keep building on it each year, and if you're not, then you're just gonna fall off, right? it's the same thing like with any goals, I would say, right? If you don't stick to your goals, or at least have a marker of what you're trying to obtain, like you just could fall all the way down the ladder, right? I know with personally, like with our diets and like trying to do weight loss, like I'm up 2 pounds this week, right? And 2 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but like I was down 2 pounds last week, and we were in a good cycle. It's easy to fall off, mess up your diet for a couple days, and then you're back to square one, and you're shooting yourself in the foot.
It happens quickly, and it happens quickly.
Yeah, and those bad habits, they come back. So that's why it's important to have that target, what you're looking for, what you're going after. Not just to be able to accomplish that, right? To overshoot it or whatever it is, but to stay in the same lane, like to be in the right lane, because it's easy to get messed up, right? And another thing, I mean, that goes back to anything during your daily activities, right? Following up with your leads, because you never know when that lead is going to turn into business, right? Or when that lead is going to maybe give you another referral, right? I've been following up with my leads, and I actually got one of my leads send me someone else because he's not ready yet. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Thank you. But that's just the business that we're in. We have to do that, especially right now when it's tough. We got to keep talking to people, connecting with as many people as possible. And I'm hoping to use this podcast. I think it's dope, like bringing on guests.
Yeah, it was super cool with Russ yesterday.
Last week.
It seems like yesterday, huh?
Yeah, it kind of does actually.
It's fast how quick these weeks are going by, and pretty soon it's gonna be, next year, 2025. But yeah, I mean, we set some goals for this year to close it out. I think I'm well on my way to my 10 deals. I think I have 5 or 6 right now, 5 or 6. I need 4 more. You guys set your goals too?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little about yours.
I'm not too set in mind, I guess you can say, but I have kind of like a rough outline of what I want to do.
200, right? 200 pounds.
Yeah, I'm going to hit 200 this time. I'm
going for 185.
I want to close out one to 2 more deals by the end of the year. And I want to just make more like consumable goals, I guess you can say, kind of like on a weekly basis rather than extending it through like a whole either 30 days or 120 days.
Well, I mean, I think in that short period stuff that we're talking about, it's less goals and more tasks, right? You got to complete your tasks. I mean, your tasks help you reach your goals, right? So I like the idea of like setting up a daily task, and then we all complete that, and that will help us reach, our 50 contacts a week, whatever it is that we're trying to do. So I'm still down to do that, set a calendar and have something like that. Like whether it's Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, you're doing some kind of activity every day.
I like it.
Yeah. I sent out my letters this week. We dropped off a lot of pumpkins yesterday. I hope everybody out there appreciates that, because that was not easy. It was a lot of work. I don't think I'll ever do that again, so I'm sorry. But in the future, we'll just have a place where you could come pick up your pumpkins, because it's a lot, man. Like driving all the houses and like.
But it was kind of cool. I rode with Clint yesterday, and it was kind of cool seeing all the different houses that he sold and hearing a little bit of a story behind it. And it also helps me because I'm fairly new to San Diego and to the neighborhood, and checking out all the different little neighborhoods, these little pockets.
Oh yeah, like I could take Javi down these back streets, and he's like, where are we at right now? I don't know.
I had to ask for directions several times, and it's because you're going through these little neighborhoods, these little streets, you have no idea. But it was cool. It was helpful. In terms of goals, I had a goal for 5 closed escrows at the end. At the end of the year, yeah, I think I have 2 escrows in. The goal's for another 3, and stuff changes week to week with, buyers, sellers. So we'll still keep working on hitting it.
Yeah, I think you're set up very well, right? Like, still have leads coming in. We understand that it's a difficult time out there for people to purchase, but we're here to educate you, right? So not just like, hey, I want to buy a house right now, but come talk to us and we'll tell you like what's the best decision, or we'll go over your situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's, I think, the most important part of our job is to be able to guide someone in the right direction, right? I know you went through that with your client, right? You just closed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were in escrow on another property, and you literally just had to tell them, like, I don't think this is a property for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just too much work.
Yeah.
And that's just part of our job, right? If you have a good agent, they're going to lead you in the right direction. They're not just going to sell you some junk. Right?
Not only lead you in the right direction, but let you let you as the client lead the way as well, because I mean, as an agent, you can only guide so much.
Like, know you well enough that you're almost making the decision for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know them well enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think, that's very important, that having that bond, that relationship, that knowledge of what they're able to do, and, you know, and then being able just to, you know, look over inspection reports, see what's wrong with them, see, how's this person going to be able to, are they going to be fine with this? They're going to be able to take this on. This is what they're looking for. And there's probably a lot of that right now, right? There's probably a lot of bad homes on the market, or, you know, stuff, secondary homes, rentals. You know, a lot of people that are selling are, you know, still in hardship situations, I would say. So you have to protect yourself when you're out there buying. But three houses by the end of the year, I think you're at it, right? We have 2 escrows right now. You can close those. 3 more is gonna be cake. And yours was 2, right?
1 to 2, yeah.
Let's do 2.
Yeah, let's do 2, but
Let's do 2. 2 would be great.
yeah.
And enough, right?
I think maybe that's where I need to like make the goal more consumable, because once I'm already thinking about 2, like I'm already like,
It's too hard.
no, it's not that it's too hard, but I feel like I just need to make it more consumable. If I just make it 1, then I'm only thinking about my next sale, you know,
Yeah.
rather than thinking ahead or looking past the next sale, I guess you can say.
Yeah. And I think there's some planted seeds that you could follow up with on the way, right? I would like to see some videos, maybe a video with you and Jacob. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But yeah, we're still out here grinding away until the end of the year. We'll probably do another podcast with New Year's resolutions. If you haven't seen it, we are out there every Wednesday at the stairs. It's gonna be a whole year.
I think we're beyond a year already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like on 2 years over there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's something that I love doing. I don't love doing it. I hate it, right? But I love doing it to myself, right? Because it's like a shock to the system. You have to get up early. You have to get out there, and you have to put effort into something, right? And by doing that, it really makes you feel alive, like it's a challenge.
Yeah, I've got to say it's definitely gotten easier for me. I look forward to it now.
Yeah, I mean,
it still
for
sucks when
me,
you're up there, but
for me, it's a habit, right? Like,
Yeah,
if I
it's a
miss it, I
habit.
feel weird.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't do my best this week, right? And like, I want to do my best and better every week. I mean, I chatted, like, this week I did a couple extra, but it's more so setting habits, creating habits for yourself, right? That are hard habits, because those things are going to push you to be better in the short term and long term. The same reason why, you know, why I say, like, stay in your lane, stay on your diet, right? Don't have cheat weeks.
that apple pie is so good.
Dane Carlos brought us the apple pie from Julian. He's been showing homes in Julian.
Yeah.
Properties in Julian. So if you have a property in Julian, you want to sell it, give us a call. We have a buyer. We have a land listing.
You got some land, got some, got a house
in Fallbrook.
Fallbrook. Go get that one.
Sombrero.
We have a new
House
listing
with a
coming
pool.
up. I'm supposed to put I'm gonna list it right now. Coming soon, right here in Chula Vista, 3-bedroom, 2-bath on Melrose. It's gonna be $775, and it has a huge yard, like potential to build an ADU in the back or an apartment complex in the back.
What's that green one we drove by yesterday?
No,
It's like in a cul-de-sac?
No. That one's spring. This one here in Chula Vista off of E.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's coming to the market. Yeah, and we're here. If you guys have any questions about real estate in general, you want to see some homes, don't get catfished,
Come on the podcast.
come on the podcast. Yeah, send us your small business recommendations. And I think that's good for this week.
Yep. Till next week.
Remember to like, comment, share, follow, all those good things.